I think the question about COVID it's a big one because if it affected everybody, right? Um, my personal experience was that it felt so real having to drive from home to work. As I'm talking about it, it's so emotional because it was big. Driving from my house to work and barely saw up to 10 vehicles. So it got so clear to me how important the job we do, how critical we are needed to be there. Because as I was driving, I was asking what is happening in the world. Like, I've never seen anything like that before. I've never had to drive from my home to work, which is about 25 to 30 minutes, with just being able to pick the vehicle I saw, right? So it was that bad because there's that anxiety. Everybody is inside their house. You are the only one It's very few of you going to work. But there were the protocols to keep us safe. I mean, it's a system, we are still studying it. Nobody knew what it is, right? It has a name, but it's still being studied. So there's that anxiety, there's that fear, but we are like the soldiers. So we have to go to work anyways. We have to go and care for those that we must provide care for. So it was a scary situation, but I think AHS and in general, we supported one another. There is that support, like in supportive living, they were having meeting regular, I think every week, kind of to see where we are, to provide that support, comfort. So it was really nice to get those supports, to check in how the staff are doing, how we are managing, and knowing that you are not alone. That was the biggest one. Knowing that you're not alone, there is a huge shortage of nurses. I'm not sure what is happening. The people that are on ground are being burnt out. I did notice that sometimes when you are working short, those days you get a refill.
When you say working short, you mean?
So when there is the shift is short of the right staffing mix. And what that means is that you have to kind of do a 2% two-staff task, right? Because regardless of what the system is, regardless of the shortage, you must deliver the right care to the client at the right time, right? So what ends up happening is that some nurses get burnt out, right? And then they either take stress leave or they get hurt at work or stuff like that because, there is not enough staff. So I have observed myself when I was there that things started going down. When I came, there were more nurses. I don't know whether because there was a massive recruitment of nurses at that time. There were a lot of nurses foreign trained nurses were recruited here. But as the time goes on, I think it wasn't the way it was before. I don't know what is.
The load kept increasing?
The load kept increasing. The workload has greatly increased. So I don't know if it's something the government is doing something about, but I believe that the workload has increased. But the nurses are still delivering their optimum care to the clients. So the care you give to the client is not compromised, but if you have, if
So
you're,
you're personally compromised.
no, you are not, because you have to give the care you need to give. But a simple example would be like you have 5 people, right? And maybe you need to, or you have 10 people, there should be 2 of you or 3 of you, and then one person is not there. And if that happens regularly, then it means that either there will be a burnt out of the nurses, or it would take a little bit longer for somebody to receive what they need, right? So I don't know. I think it's out there. I believe, I do hope that the government is paying attention to it. But all I know is that Albertans are growing old and need more help.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever have to be done to get more help there is needed.